Hello, my name is GregTech, and welcome back to our GregTech New Horizons Season 2. I am just setting up some crafting recipes, and I'm doing that while I am getting the circuit assembly set up for the optimal circuits, but I figured I would go ahead and I wanted to kind of test out a little bit with the compact fusion. And if we remember, when I first did the, what did we do? Did we do tin plasma? I can't remember what that first recipe we did. We weren't getting enough power in the compact fusion reactor. So I have hooked up more energy hatches. I did try the 4 amps because I don't think 16 amps. It obviously doesn't pull 16 amps. So I tried the 4 amps to see if that would maybe work. So I've hooked up 8 over there and 8 over here. So 16 amps, or 16 energy hatches times 4, that's 64 amps. If it pulls all 4 that we have. I don't know if that is going to be enough. I did craft up, before I hooked all those up, I had 4 of these, or I guess 8 of these hooked up, and I did geranium, and it was running, but we weren't gaining any and we weren't losing any. So I'm wondering, like, it was pulling just enough to run it, but we didn't have any surplus. You turn it back on because I broke some of the hatches. That's why that was turned off. So I'm going to try this again. I hooked up 8 more, and we'll see. Now, I did set up these recipes to do a large amount, so it does, I don't remember how many ingots that is, but we're not doing like 1-to-1 ingot kind of thing. I don't want this running like as it puts one thing of radon in and one gallium. I don't want it doing that, so yeah. Oh, I also forgot I need to do this really quick before it gets to this, because I forgot. I don't think we need to add the things. I think it would just make it a little bit more organized. Oh, it's running. All right, it did seem like it was filling up, but it almost went too quick. Oh, it's running again. It's going to be done too quick. Oh, I don't have this in my hand. No. Oh. Only pulling 5 amps. I thought it would be pulling way more than that. Well, that didn't. I thought it would be pulling way more amps than that. Apparently, it didn't. But there we go. There's our titanium. We have 32 in there. And then I guess I'll make fluid solidifying recipes. I'm thinking with this fusion reactor, though, we can get rid of a lot of this stuff over here, I think. I mean, as we can see, titanium, we can probably break, or at least turn it off, I guess. Maybe not break it down at the moment, because I did spend a lot of time putting that together, so maybe not do that. And I also want to do the whatever, I can't remember what recipe this, yeah, these plasmas, I want to do them over there. So I think I will turn this off and that. And if we need titanium from now on, it'll just be, I mean, that took just a few seconds, as we saw it, to craft up all that. And the reason we were passive crafting it was because we needed, it took so long to craft up normally. I'm totally forgetting what I was doing. Titanium. Uses. Fluid solidifier. Oh, that's not going to work. Here, let's do this. Fluid solidifier. There we go. I could even do more, multiple if I wanted to do on that, but I haven't done that with any of the other ones, so. How many? 512. I couldn't remember how, I just went up to 32,000. I wasn't, wait a second. Math is hard. Oh, that's, how many ingots did I don't even know how many ingots I crafted up. Because that's telling me the fluid. So 32,768 divided by 144. Oh, that's like a weird amount. 228. No, 228. 128. Yeah, I don't. That math is like, it's like a weird amount. It's not like a full amount. Oh well. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to get all of that out of the thing. I have an idea. Why don't we just do this? I'll just pull all the titanium out, fluid solidify it, and then see what we have left over. We should have like a little bit left over. I think that should work. Yep, so 80. Alright. I thought I did a full amount, but I didn't, apparently. Oh well. It was just nice and even on there. Alright. So, yeah, that works. So the living solder, mutated living solder, which is what we're going to need for a lot of these circuits, which is why I wanted to switch this over. But before I do that, I need to craft up the rest of these things. Now, I guess we'll do... Should I just set this up for stocking input buses, or what should I do? Maybe storage. Maybe I'll try... Maybe I'll try... Yeah, maybe I'll try storage, fluid storage. I haven't done this before, but... And then super buses. I mean, am I going to be doing any crafts that hold more than 80 stacks of like... we could. I don't know. Actually, oh, I'm thinking about it. I think I'm overthinking this. I think actually... Not dull, dual. Yeah, I think I'm actually overthinking this. Let me get the rest of the stuff. I think I need titanium glass. What do we... Oh, I have titanium glass. I think we need 14 titanium glass and assemblers. Oh, I actually have... It's because I was just doing that, so I had extra. Which I should be doing every time, but I'm really bad about doing it. Alright, so this one I'm just going to throw right here. I was going to do like another line, but you know what? It fits like perfectly right here. So, yeah. What we'll do is the buses down the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Output ME on the back. I could redo this whole... I really could redo like every single one of these if I really wanted to spend some time on it. Where do I usually put the... Yeah, I do put it on the back. Like, I even have LUV or LV input hatches, where, as we know, I've been kind of like switching over to much, much bigger hatches. And then I think... Yeah, and I could replace like all the maintenance hatches and everything. We don't run these like that much though, so I don't even know if majority of these have never had maintenance issues. All right, I think is that everything? We got our buses, we got our hatches, we got our maintenance. The assembly line thing's good on the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the titanium cases. It's actually, these are pretty easy to craft up, these circuit assembly lines. It is just the controller that is the really kind of annoying bit. There is the optical processors in there. All right, cool. So that has connected, and I do think I really should switch this over. All right, so question is, do I mess up all these things by bringing in a transformer? Like bring the laser in and then branch out from there, but man, by stacking these, that really kind of screwed myself there with that. All right, before I get that fired up though, we'll do this. Yeah, that's right. And then this will be on the mainnet network. I guess bring this out here. Kind of how I've done it with the other ones. Yeah. And then I will do, what I'll do. Sometimes when messing with cabling, it like shuts off the thing for a second. Should restart. There it goes. It's probably just like AE, like, hold on, let me redo this. Uh-oh. How do I not have charge shortest? Seems weird. Did something unload? Yeah, alright. Yeah, it might have just been having to reload. So what I'll do is storage bus on each of these. Now, we do need to set a filter, otherwise that's going to get kind of crazy. Oh, it did. I do need recipes for these wraps too. I have not made those. Also, optical fibers is kind of, I don't know, that feels a bit funny in. Usually it's like wires, but I guess it makes sense for optical circuits. Quartz. So we'll do quartz there, since that is like right there to connect it. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and then 7, and then 8. That actually works out perfect. Because if you have more than 8, you have to do controller. But it looks like we're good. Okay, so I think that'll work. We'll throw another dual here, and then we'll throw the recipe in there, and that should put everything in the places it needs to go. And I think that's way less complicated than the way I was doing it with chests and disk drives and all sorts of stuff. Buffers. I think that'll work. Okay, let me get recipes for these wraps. And let me craft up these too, because I need 16 of these. It might take a second. Okay, that wasn't as bad as I was thinking it was going to be. So I have replaced that with a little branch off, and then we are branching off from the transformer. I'm really liking having a transformer in the middle of the platform. It makes this so much easier. And if I need to upgrade, you know, a specific one, multi-block, it makes it much easier. Yeah, and I haven't done them all yet. I'm still working on it. I did this row, so these are all connected, upgraded, and I even did a UEV energy hatch in our new optical processor. I knew it was going to be slow. This is the energy hatch that we crafted originally a couple episodes ago, and I was like, yeah, we might as well use it. I had a UEV transformer for something. I don't remember what it was for. I think it was probably for. Actually, I don't remember what it was for. I had one though. Maybe it was in a recipe for something. But we should have all the things in there. It's just I didn't turn it on yet. So if I turn it on, it should run. Let me just double check. We have power everywhere that we should have power. All right, we're good, I think. So on. Okay, there it goes. So even with UEV power, it is still a 60-second recipe. So that's why I did that. Unfortunately, can't get it any faster because these circuit assembly lines do not take double energy hatches, and I don't have the next tier up, obviously. But yeah, there we go. There is our optical circuits. I do need, what is that, 5 more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guess I could have just looked there because I broke them. All crapped up. I'm just using so many of these. I might as well just do a bunch. 10. Sure. I needed to get all these working because we need the circuits to. We need the wetware circuits to craft that. And I may start switching over some recipes, like, because we use so many crystal processor mainframes for our UV circuits, but I'm like, that is like directly UV circuits, and to be honest, it feels a little bit easier than the BioWare circuits. There's BioWare. I was like, where's the BioWare? Missing a couple. Probably don't need all these. I like kind of seeing which tier I usually use, but yeah, I'm thinking I may switch out some of those. I don't remember what. We use a ton of these in assembly lines, like field generators and stuff like that. And sometimes I'm just like, when I need, 800 crystal processors, I mean, I guess that is a lot of that is a lot of optical circuits, but I don't know. It just, maybe. We'll see. Okay, so that's done. We should have 16 optical circuits. Yes, there we go. All right, cool. So we are chugging along here. I'm going to finish this. Yeah, so that would be the next tier up. Instead of having 20 of these, we would have 20 of the next optical circuit, so I don't know. We'll see. Oh, you know what it was for? I think it was for these. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. In the, like, component assembly line or something. Just like, I feel like I remember using lots of the crystal or mainframes. I don't know, we'll see. I mean, these are cheap. It's just that it just needs a lot of circuits, the crystal circuits, which is why I have multiple of those. All right, I got all the things hooked up with UHV. So our entire circuit line has been upgraded to at least UHV. And if we want, we can upgrade it with transformers, or if I really want to go crazy, we can throw down UEV. Circuit's going the wrong way here. So yeah, we got the next recipe in here. I just, shift click the recipe in. Everything. I didn't even really look at the recipe, to be honest. I probably should have. What is this? UHV? Usually I kind of keep them all. Yeah, UHV. This is the UHV circuit. Alright, please tell me it's odd. Oh, it's odd. Okay, cool. So that means I did it right. That's only 10 seconds. That is pretty quick, to be honest. Yeah, I didn't have to do any funniness with repeat items or anything like that. It was just shift clicked it in and it worked. So there we go. There is that. Now I'm probably going to have to scan this in the research station to get the next one. Feels kind of bad when you get into these expensive things, but gotta do what you gotta do. So, get a stick. That. I could just leave this on at this point, but I don't know. It just feels like I waste power when you don't need to. Uh-oh. That was a bad sound. Oh, I didn't even look at, like, the tier or anything. Yep. I don't think I'm supplying it that much power. Did I lose? Okay, at least you don't lose that item. It's a UHV 64. Oh! Somehow. I burnt up that cable. Yeah, because that can't handle 64 amps. When did I put 64 amps on there? Alright, let me, I just need to do, I think 2x, right? Yeah. How many? That may be longer than... I didn't think it was going to pull that much power, though. Alright. It looks like it fried this when both of them were running. I didn't count that very well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, 6 more. No, I'm just short. It's gonna have to craft up more. Alright. I'll get this up. That's gonna take a second. And didn't we have something that required, like, a lot of power? I don't remember what it was, like 100 million or something like that. Alright, so I'll get that scanned. That will be the next one. This looks exactly the same. We have recipes for all this stuff. Mutated living solder. Radon plasma, supercoolant, oganescent. I did hook up radon plasma to our A system. I didn't have it, but now we have the radon plasma. Did I... Yeah. I think I mentioned. I did fully automate all the living solder on our compact fusion reactor as well. So I have all these recipes. It does this so fast. It's like, it's crazy how fast it actually crafts up all this stuff. Like before, it would take forever to craft up all this stuff, but like, it's so quick. So, we'll get that, and then I guess... Yeah, and then finally this one. Okay, that's a slow recipe. But this is UIV. Okay, and I fixed the research. I noticed that when I looked at the thing, it was probably the 32 amps. So it probably pulled 32 for the research, and then it pulled some amps for the computer. And that's what happens. I saw the 4 million, I was like, that's only 2 amps, but I didn't realize 32 amps, and the next one's even harder. So we might have issues with the next one with my setup, but there we go. There is the third tier optical. Now I don't think I'll like replace, I don't know. Like those bio mainframes are they're kind of annoying to make, where the optical computers are actually not that difficult. I don't know. Like I said, we'll just have to kind of see. I never see the research one. Kind of hidden by the space elevator. We'll have to kind of see as I go along. Like if I try to craft something up with a lot of those circuits, I'll kind of just see what I think. Yeah, so kind of had a feeling that was going to happen. All right, so we're going to have to sort this out. I am outputting 64 amps. Maybe, do I have a UHV dynamo on my, or a UHV 16? No. That's right, I crafted them up and I used them for our circuits over there. I think I'll throw a 16. I could even throw 2 over here, to be honest, if I really wanted to, because this can handle 96 amps. Now this recipe only requires 64 amps. Is this gonna work? Oh, I'm looking at it. Okay, that one worked. Actually, I'm like, is this gonna work? Do these work with lasers? I don't know. Yeah, so maybe I'll throw 2 dynamos, and that will be 64 and then 32, so that'll be a full 96. And this can handle 96 amps. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so as I was crafting up the dynamos, I was thinking these actually require like those wetware mainframes. I'm like, maybe I should switch to those. I don't know though. Just don't like the wetware. I've never liked the wetware. Even in the first season, I didn't like the wetware circuits. Alright, so 16, 16, 64. That ain't enough. I don't know what to say. Interesting. Like not even... Does this have power? It does have power. That is 64 amps. Let me... Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. I just wanted to, like... Doesn't seem to... Is it because of that? Oh, no. Alright. I just realized. We might have to supply it with UEV power. Obviously, we're supplying it with 64 amps of UHV and it doesn't work. So there's obviously an issue. I think we're actually going to have to supply it with UEV power. I'm going to want 64 full amps of UEV. All right, I'm going to have to, yeah, make recipes for this stuff. I don't have recipes for that. A lot of the stuff I already do have recipes for, like molten electrum, molten tungsten. We have all that stuff. But there's things like that I don't have recipes for. But yeah, we may need to do that. Unless I can add another... No, I think it's definitely the voltage. All right, well, we're almost there. I'm going to have to make some recipes for this for sure. Now, this requires 800 or 8 million as well. Okay, yeah, let me do that before we finish. I want to get this optical mainframe before we wrap up today. All right, I have upgraded to UEV, 64 amps. I think that's what we need, if I am reading that correctly. Just a lot of shift clicking recipes and nothing too crazy. Didn't do the sound. There we go. It does appear to be working. Kind of worried. No, it seems to be filling that up. This isn't really. This is only running off like only like a UV4 amp. It's like not running on anything. Even. Yeah, it's only running at 152,000 U per second. Unless that is 7 times that. I don't know, but it's barely anything compared to what this crazy thing is doing. All right, but that will do that, and then I guess with that we can get to the optical mainframe. No, I didn't do the recipe yet. There we go. Shift click in. Is this the first recipe I've had to scroll down? It might be. And then everything should be good. Yep, look at that. We get all the recipes going. Okay, that is quite a lot of infinity catalysts as I'm looking at that. Don't know. 150 infinity ingots isn't anything to laugh at. I haven't really looked at the rest of it. I think it is these? No, I can't remember. One of them requires the infinity. It requires like infinity. Yeah, infinity screws. That's one infinity ingot, and you need quite a bit of that actually. You don't need like that's 32 of those. So yeah, that will ramp up pretty quick. All right, so they're not cheap, but I do think on some things replacing the crystalware mainframes with the optical circuits might be an idea. But all right, so we'll come back next episode. We should have this optical mainframe crafted up, and that will open up some more multi-blocks. Oh, this is all stuff I had to make recipes for. The transformers it's the 64 amp one that's the annoying one because of this. Like, what is that recipe? Everything else is fine though. I really want to push for this. Now we have the circuits that we actually need to craft these field generators up. I don't know. Really do want to work towards that. Although we don't have enough power. I don't know if we're... See, if I did that, I could replace so many of my chemical reactors. That's a tier 1. Problem is, I'm like, I don't know. Yep, we could replace like all these. Platinum line. Just so much stuff. Soldering alloy, end alloy. All the things. Alright, yeah, either that or Fusion 4. Not sure. Anyway, we'll come back next episode and we will get that quest for the optical mainframe. I may actually also craft up the infinity coils while I'm at it. For that quest as well. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.